Hello, renewers, renewskis, renewbies, whatever. We haven't settled on a name yet, but whoever you are, we love you. Thanks for checking out this newsletter. I always kind of give a little bit of an update of what's happening at Renew on these things. So I want to tell you about this. I was down this last week at a church, Grace Point Church in Nashville, Tennessee. And God bless you folks in Nashville. It's actually in Franklin, just outside of Nashville, but I don't know the geography at all, so Nashville's Nashville. Stan Mitchell is the pastor, great guy, just great guy. He's like my brother from a different mother. And just warm, loving congregation. I delivered kind of a Jesus-centered message and answered some questions, had a Q&A time, standard stuff. But what was really unique, what really stuck out is this, because it says something about what's going on around here. I had at least, the ones who introduced themselves to me, I had 8 groups of people coming from 5 different states to come down to this church and hear this message and meet me and thank ReKnew and thank Woodland Hills. These are folks who got a vision for the kingdom. They got bit by the bug and it ruined them to Bible Belt Church. And so they're out in kind of a desert. And one guy even he plays in a band, finished a gig in South Carolina, drove 8 hours overnight to get there, and then had to drive back to come and see me, thank me, talk a little bit, and then he drove back to play a gig that night. Crazy stuff. But see, what it tells me is that there is this movement out there of people who get this vision of a Jesus-looking God and raising up a Jesus-looking people, building a Jesus-looking kingdom, and they get it. They no longer fit in to where they used to fit in. They can't go to a flag-waving, nationalistic, patriotic, military kind of thing. And yet there's no alternative. And so they're longing for fellowship, just for a sense of connection. They're longing for a tribe, to belong, the sense that you're part of a people. This is the next step of this movement. Renew has always been about getting the idea out there, getting people to think differently. Renew your mind. Renew. Make it new again. You thought you knew it? Well, think about it again. And that will always be an important role to play, challenging people to rethink God, Jesus, everything. But there also is this need for networking, to start forging this thing into an identifiable movement. And that, I think, it's been part of what we have felt called to do, but I think it's going to play a more prominent role. One of the things that we have planned in this next year is we're updating our website, going to revamp a lot of it. We're going to begin a process of doing that. And one of the things we want to have, we're exploring all the options there, but to have a way for folks who get this vision of the kingdom to start meeting one another, locating one another, talking with one another, to have institutions that align with this vision, and churches that align with this vision, households that align with this vision, and individuals, and to have a way to, insofar as people want it, and I can tell that they want it, to just make contact. And is there someone I get asked all the time, is there someone in my area, or a church in my area, that believes along these lines? But the sense I get is that there's like all these neurons around the world that are part of a brain. It's like a brain of a child. It's got all the basic package there, but the dendrites and the synapses have not yet formed, so the neurons aren't connecting, so you don't get a whole lot of coherent thought there. The growth of the brain happens when the synapses start to touch or stretch out to one another, and that's when thought occurs and consciousness and all of that, the rest. The synapse of this kingdom movement need to start stretching out towards one another and touching one another and fellowshipping. And that's part of what's going to be on our front burner for the next couple of years. Who knows? I never have felt in my gut so much that saying of Jesus that the harvest is ready. I feel like this is ready. And so praise God. It's exciting. I really thank you for the support you give to Renew. We're putting it to good use, and really our sole desire, our only desire, is to see this kingdom explode. And the new wine to be poured out, the old wineskins to burst apart, and finding new wineskins that will fit this. God bless you guys. Keep us in prayer, and stay tuned. Take care.